Hello and welcome to Beauly Station. The original station at Beauly was closed in 1960, but following a local campaign, the station was reopened in 2002. It is interesting that the single platform at Beauly is in fact the shortest in length on the UK mainline railway network. It's just 15.06 metres in length, or 49 feet and 5 inches. It can just about accommodate one of the carriages of the Class 158 Express Sprinters, which normally operate on this line. Only the rear door of the leading coach can be used for passengers to board and disembark from the train. The overall cost to reinstate a platform, together with the car park at Beauly, was £250,000. But the reopening of the station led to a 75% increase of local commuters switching from road to rail transport. The original station at Beauly was opened on the 11th of June 1862. It had 2 platforms. There was also a passing loop, along with a goods shed and sidings. This photograph from 1960 shows just how impressive the original station was, together with its lovely station buildings. You can still see the remains of the original platform on the southbound side of the station today. The original station master's buildings have now been converted into a couple of self-catering holiday apartments. The buildings themselves date to around 1875. The station master's house is now a spacious 3-bedroom apartment on the upper floor, whilst on the ground floor is Lord Lovat's waiting room. Well, I'm now going to travel 2.5 miles along the line to my next destination, which is Muir of Ord. Well, Muir of Ord is around 13 miles by rail from Inverness and lies between the stations of Beauly and my next destination, which is going to be Conon Bridge. Well, as was the case with Beauly, this station also lies on the line that connects Inverness with stations to Kyle of Lochalsh on the Kyle line, and also stations to Wick and Thurso on the far north line. It serves the very large village of Muir of Ord with its growing population. The station is significant in that it's now the location of the sole remaining passing loop on the single line section of track between Inverness and Dingwall, where the line to Kyle and the far north line splits. The station was opened at Taradale to the south of Muir of Ord in 1862. There was a goods shed which was approached from the north, and a siding which was reached by reversal from the northbound platform. Reconstruction of the station to its present site commenced in 1892. There was a connection to the Fortrose branch line, which was closed to passenger traffic in 1951 and to freight traffic in 1960. Coinciding with the closure of the Fortrose branch line, Muir of Ord Station also closed to passengers in 1960, but the goods yard on the western side remained open in use as a coal depot. The station reopened to passengers in 1976, and the goods yard remained in use as a coal depot until the late 1980s. I was really impressed by the size and the scale of this station. It has modern waiting shelters and a very large car park. Along with the other stations on this section of line between Inverness and Dingwall, there are no facilities to purchase tickets, so passengers must buy one in advance or from the guard on the train. As I mentioned earlier, this station has a very large passing loop, and the platforms are such that they can accommodate a 10-carriage train on either platform. After the railway bridge across the River Ness was washed away in February 1989, the rail network to the north of Inverness was effectively cut off. Muir of Ord was chosen as the location for a temporary depot, so that a service could be maintained to Kyle of Lochalsh and to the far north line to Wick and Thurso. My final destination today is Conon Bridge, which is a small village near the market town of Dingwall. Following the success of reopening Beauly Station, it was decided to put forward the proposal to reopen a station at Conon Bridge. Construction of the new station began in November 2012. The aim was to build it in time for an opening in February 2013 to help relieve traffic congestion during the delayed £18 million resurfacing works that were to be carried out on the Kessock Bridge. It was decided to open a single platform, rather like at Beauly. The platform at Conon Bridge was just 15.08 metres long, or 49 feet 6 inches, making it just 2 centimetres longer than the platform at Beauly. This makes the platform the second shortest on the UK mainline rail network. As was the case at Beauly, only one train door is used for passengers to board and to disembark from trains calling at the station. You can see here the site of the original single platform station that was opened in 1862. There was also a goods yard to the northern part of the station, along with a signal box constructed in 1877. Along with the stations at Beauly and Muir of Ord, Conon Bridge also closed to passengers in 1960, and the signal box was closed in 1961. Today, the station has only basic facilities. There's a small waiting shelter and a small car park, along with some bike racks and a help point. The overall cost of the project for the new station and its facilities was around £600,000. Well, I've really enjoyed looking around the stations at Beauly, Muir of Ord and here at Conon Bridge. These stations provide the connection between Inverness and the interchange station of Dingwall, with its ongoing services to Kyle of Lochalsh on the Kyle line and to Wick and Thurso on the Far North line.